I mean, what is going on over at Waves Plugins? Is it like intern week over at the head office or something? Or wait, you know what? That's an insult to even interns. Hold on. I got to break in here. So as many of you have heard, I'm sure by now, Waves has officially retracted their statement about a no options and no exceptions subscription policy and are finally giving the customers a little bit of a break. So I'm sure this is as much of a shock and surprise to you as it was to us. It was the first thing in our email box this morning. It starts out by saying, over the past few days, many of you have expressed concerns about our decision to discontinue perpetual plugin licenses and move to an exclusive plugin subscription model. So the understatement of the century. I'd like to start by apologizing for the frustration we've caused many of you, our loyal customers. We understand that our move was sudden and disruptive and did not sufficiently take into consideration your needs, wishes, and preferences. We are genuinely sorry for the distress it has caused. It goes on to say that after respectfully listening to your concerns, I want to share with you that we are bringing back the perpetual plugin license model side by side with new subscriptions. You will again be able to get plugins as perpetual licenses just before. And the most interesting part is the next line. In addition, those of you who already own perpetual licenses will once again be able to update your plugins and receive a second license via the Waves update plan. Again, just as before. Now, this is a big deal because this is the reason that we updated our Waves update plan. It's probably the thing that gives the entire program the most amount of value, and that's the ability to register a second set of licenses that can run concurrently. So in our case, for example, we can have one computer in the mix room with all of our Waves plugins, and we can have our other computer in the tracking room with an additional set of those plugins, all running concurrently. This is a huge amount of value to production and mix houses. And the fact that them just canceling the Waves update plan wasn't nearly as big a deal as the fact that they canceled the second license plan along with it. So out of nowhere, they're going to reinstitute that program. So that's great, but it definitely should give you pause and make you wonder if they can reinstitute it that quickly, is that going to change down the road just as fast? It goes on to say, and I think maybe this is the most important part of the document, we are currently putting all of our efforts into making perpetual licenses available to you again as quickly as possible. In the meantime, you can keep up to date on this webpage where we will post real-time updates as they are available. Read between the lines there. If they need to have a full-time web page devoted to nothing but real-time updates as they're available, that should give all of us some cause for concern, because that means the current status of the Waves update plan being available and those second licenses being available, the fact that this situation is obviously in flux and it could change dramatically one way or the other in the future, just as dramatically as they decided to take it away the first time. That's definitely a bit of concern there. That means that this isn't something that's going to be remedied quickly. Waves could easily put this entire thing to bed by simply stating that for the next year, we'll make the Waves update plan available to everyone with all of its contents intact. And it would give all of us the chance to make an informed decision the next time the cycle comes back around. But clearly that's not what they're intending to do here. They're intending to make changes on a regular basis and keep us informed with a real-time website update. So a lot of shakeup going on over at Waves Plugins. This is starting to look a lot like reality television here. And I think the real takeaway of all of this is just keeping an eye on the company for the long term. The fact that they made such giant, sweeping, and dramatic changes that completely alienated the user base a few days ago, and then were shamed into doing the right thing that they should have done in the first place because of a firestorm of social media response, says a lot about the current management sort of model or tone at Waves. And I think that should give all of us a bit of concern or a reason to pause and just kind of look carefully at what's going on. I think if they made those kind of changes in the first place, that clearly showed their original intention, so it's not unrealistic to expect that that same intention will eventually come back around at some point. So I think we all try to give all companies in the audio industry the benefit of the doubt, and I think we need to do that here with Waves as well, simply because they're good people. They're made up of creators just like us, and that affects all of us in the industry. But being shamed into doing the right thing is always a cause for some concern. So going forward, I think we look at this with caution, and I think them finally allowing the Waves Update Plan customers to at least upgrade the plugins to their current versions is really the only right thing to do, and it should have been offered in the first place. And I hope they continue to do the right thing. Like I said, they're good, stable plugs. They're a catalog of workhorse plugins that we've used for a long time, and you guys have too. So I'm glad to see them at least doing the right thing, even if they had to get shamed into doing it. But I hope that that's a positive move, and I hope going forward that they'll continue to consider that loyal and significant user base in the future, since that's really what put them on the map in the first place. Hey, if you learned something more, if this was helpful in any way, or at least entertaining, please hit the subscription and notification bells. It really does help keep the channel going. Stay safe, be creative, and we'll keep you posted. Take care. We'll catch you guys in the next video.